This business is like the Wild West. Gold, silver, rare coins, lost treasures of history. You never know what's gonna walk through that door. Okay, so you got 130 bucks here. Watch this. I'm Evan Kale, and this is Pawn Man. You guys, we've got a great episode in store for you. I want to thank my sponsor, The Gold Store, Coin and Jewelry in Sarasota, Florida. They're located at 1901 South Tamiami Trail, Suite D, and of course, great Sarasota, Florida. They buy gold, silver, coins, a lot of what I do. If you guys live in the Florida area, go check them out. They're wonderful people. They have some really nice jewelry for sale. I've had some jewelry from them on my Discord. I'm trying to sell at consignment. Looks to be really high-end stuff. So go check out and follow The Gold Store, Coin and Jewelry out of Sarasota, Florida. Follow their Instagram handle, all their social media. And with that, let's get into the episode. This coin is a home run. This is the coin of my career. Came from the old Somali guy. You guys have seen him here on the, well, you haven't seen him, but you've heard him. He is the same guy who sold me all these fake shipwreck coins. You guys remember this from the last episode of Pawn Man? Lost almost $800 on this deal. He sold me a bunch of other stuff that has been, I'm negative in my relationship with this guy. And this also drives home the point of why it's good to beat people up on price and why you shouldn't just pay top dollar on stuff and be fair for everything, because you get people that take advantage of you. You get people where you have a negative relation with them financially, and that shit adds up when there's enough of those people. So this guy and I, he came from the old shop. He's a customer over there. That's where I met him. He barely speaks any English. He appears to be pretty wealthy. And he brings me all these high-end coins, and he wants, they're usually like collectible sets that the price guide has a high value, but just because it says that's the price in a book doesn't mean that that's the price someone's willing to pay. See, oh, I don't know, the Great Beanie Baby Bubble. So a lot of the coins that this guy has sold me, he's wanted top dollar for them, and he gets really pissy, and a lot of times I've done it and I've lost money or I bought fake shit from him. So he brought me this coin about a year ago, and he wanted, what, $2,000 for it, and it's 3.49 grams. It's from the 1400s. Came in a fancy box with a COA, but fuck a COA. I could make a COA. The shipwreck coins came with a COA. COAs mean nothing. He wanted 2,000, and I just straight up wouldn't do it. And then he was all the way down to 800, and I wouldn't do it. And then he added a bunch of other stuff, and I ended up doing a deal, like a $1,200 deal. So I paid $800 for this coin. I took a chance on it. Now, then I tried to sell it, and I put it on eBay for $3,000. Nothing. Crickets for months. Then I tried advertising it on social media for $2,000. Crickets. Then I said fuck it after I'd had it for about 7 months, and I decided to try and sell it at cost. So I reached out to some wealthy clients and I told them I had this, and I said, look, I got 800 into it, 800. And none of them believed it was real. All of them just said no, and they passed on it. It's like, well, I'm not gonna melt it down, because then that's just a total loss. And if it is from the 1400s, I'm not gonna fucking melt it down. I guess I'll send it in to get graded, because it's the only way to know if it's authentic and if I got burned or not. So I sent it in, and this was in February, and months go by. And now PCGS is backed up, but they're really, I heard nothing from them for months and months and months and months. And then finally, about 2 months ago, I got an update. It's real. It was being graded, but it was real. And I was like, oh shit, it is real. I'll be damned. And then it came back with the score. And not only did it come back with a good score, it came back with a great score. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a mint state coin with a score this high that is this old. This is the only mint state example in the world graded by PCGS. And on top of that, the next highest down are AU55. And as we know, 1 point with a coin can be a huge difference. This is a fucking museum piece right here. I cannot believe that I have such a home run on this coin. And again, to drive home the same point, this is why you beat people up on price, because until this coin, I was negative in my relationship with this guy. I wasn't just negative, I was several $1,000s negative. This undoes that, puts me back in the positive, so much so that I can make 10 more mistakes with him and still be okay. This coin might be $10,000. I don't know. Here's where it gets interesting. Because I have the only coin that's like this, Simon says on the price, because I have the only one. So fuck off if you don't want to pay the price. What I think I'm gonna do, I just made a TikTok. The TikTok is getting a lot of hits. I'm getting a lot of lowball offers, of course. I think I am gonna send this off to auction. I was thinking maybe I just try and sell it on TikTok, but the problem is I honestly don't know what it's worth. And only the private market could dictate that. And really, my TikTok audience, I don't know if they're quite the right audience for something this special. Unless I got, I don't know, shit, if I got a $10,000 offer, maybe I take it. Maybe I am shooting, There's people that are commenting on my TikTok and saying it might be a $100,000 coin. I don't think so, but the only way to find out would be to send it to a big deal auction. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet. I'm gonna entertain some offers. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this is the find of my career. And what's really funny is I offered this to several customers at cost and they all passed on it. And I'm so glad they did, holy shit. Unfortunately though, where there's good news, there's also bad news. Here's the bad news. These made me cry. Not cry, crocodile tears. But this is really unfortunate. So I bought these in a deal about 7 or 8 months ago, and I only paid the metal value on these. These are ultra rare commemorative half dollars. The mintage figures on these coins are so extremely rare. I thought these coins were gonna come back, at least all of them, MS66, at least. In fact, this one I thought was gonna be an MS67, this Oregon one. Unfortunately, let this be a cautionary tale, YouTube. Never, ever, ever store your coins in this. This is the reason that these got damaged. These fucking plastic vinyls, what happens is over time, the plastic will imprint on the coin and they can't even grade it as having like environmental, they fucking don't even grade it. They put it in what is known as a body bag. So yeah, PCGS checked it out and they certified it, but they won't even put it in a slab because it has this plastic vinyl residue on it. And I was going to send this one in, but this one came from the same book as all these. So this one for sure has the same damage. So I was expecting to get $3,000 to $5,000 in profits right here off of these coins. And instead, because some fucking boomer bozo didn't know how to store their coins and put them in these, I'm fucked. I'm lucky if I get 50 bucks a piece on these rare coins. So, absolute bummer. But that's how this business goes. You win some, you lose some. Later. Here's where I'm gonna leave you guys on this coin. I can't get one opinion to match another. I have had so many people reach out to me and offer me what appears to be really well-researched good advice on what it's worth and what it is, its implications. I've had people tell me it's a special coin that could be worth upwards of $100,000. I've had people tell me it ain't shit, that it's not special at all. At best, it's worth $2,000. Because I seriously cannot get one opinion to match the next into the next, and I've heard from people whose opinions I respect, people I do business with, people I know more about coins than I do. I don't want to make a mistake on it. There's these magazines I get at my store. They come delivered to me, and it'll have auctions that took place. It's always what it was expected to go for and what it actually fetched. Oftentimes, it fetches many times what they estimated it would go for. Meaning, you get two rich guys in a room bidding against each other and they want to have a pissing contest with their money, and I'm the benefactor of that. So what I've done now, it is on my eBay for $50,000. That could be exorbitantly overpriced. That could actually be a really good buy. I don't know. I put it up at $50,000 because, like I said, I have $800 into it and I can't get hurt at $50,000. That can only help me. I wouldn't want to sell it for 10, even though that's tenfold my money, even more, and find out that it's worth 50. I'll have problems sleeping for years. Even if I get rich, that'll bother me. So 50,000 is a whatever, I won't feel bad about it price. So right now it's on my eBay. I moved it off site. It is someplace secret, someplace safe.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
I just don't want to deal with somebody trying to break in here and steal it. So I moved it off site and in here. What I'm probably going to do, I have contacted Heritage Auctions. I am probably gonna send it to Heritage Auctions. Now, if I could, I would keep it. I would keep it for 20 years because I bet that coin will be worth $1 million. Just a speculation, but there's a few varieties of the coin. I do have the rarest variety, the one from 1400 to 1413, because there's one after and there's one before. I forget the exact dates. I could not find a good opinion about it, and I just don't want to rush this. I will say, as a coin dealer, it's not great for my reputation to be exorbitantly overcharging on coins if that coin is way overpriced. I'm not gonna keep it on there for long, but just for right now, I wanted the option on the table so people see that I have it and can know that I have it and know like kind of what I want to get out of it, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna send it to auction and I'm gonna let rich people fight over it, and maybe I'll get 5,000. Or maybe I'll get 500,000. I don't think so, but we'll see. I will for sure keep you guys updated, but that is where I'm leaving you for this episode on That Ancient Coin. Ooh, look at that, a pipe. Hasn't been used. I like pipes. You do too.
I used to smoke a pipe.
You like pipes too?
Yeah, I quit smoking cigarettes. It's been a year now, sir.
Oh, there you go.
I quit smoking cigarettes.
What else you smoking?
Nothing.
No, keeping that nose clean?
Yeah. I want to sell you the whole box.
Yeah, so this is all glass stuff. Yeah.
Do the best you can.
Yeah, and I don't want it. I don't want glass stuff. If I had a nickel for every time I said I don't want glass stuff, there'd be a lot of nickels here. Basically, the only thing I want, because I don't want that. I don't even know what this is.
This is a pool.
Oh, it's for a pool.
Pool system.
Okay, actually, pools.
They're kind of cool.
The weird plate, the pool shit, and the pipe. I'll give you $10.
Can you buy the glassware for me?
I don't want to buy the glassware. It's gonna go in the dumpster.
Where can I sell it?
I couldn't tell you.
No, that's for pool sticks.
Yeah, I see what it is.
It's brand new, sir.
Yeah, but no, I've literally never bought glass from you, and every time you bring glass, I'm like, I don't want glass because I don't want glass.
Okay, yeah.
So I give you $10.
Sure.
Okay.
Give me 2 5s.
You want 2 5s? You got it. You got more museum treasures in the kidnapper van. You actually have some stuff that I'm interested in.
Hey, thanks. Thanks, dude, thanks.
So we got
Thanks.
Delio, we have the complete works of William Shakespeare.
Those books are brand new, sir. Do the best you can, sir. I
We
trust
got a
you.
bunch of military patches. I mean, they're okay. It's like weird stuff, but I'll give you another $30
The best you can
for
do?
this stuff. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Give me 5s.
Okay.
Sir, that's the best you can do?
Oh, I'll give you 35.
Oh, hey.
There you go. Look at that.
Hey, thanks.
Okay, so let me walk you guys through why I gave him 35. We will take a look and see what we got. Okay. I'm interested in this. Oh, you got fucking military patches and you didn't fucking bring them in? Okay, so I'll take that. I'm gonna take that. Take that. What the fuck didn't you bring these in for? What the fuck you bringing in glassware, but not that? Jesus Christ. And he's got a signed Alan. Where the fuck did he get this shit? He's got a signed Alan Page frame. Looks like that's all the good shit he's got today. $45 deal. I'm gonna get at least 20 on this pipe. I know pipes go for 20, 30 that region. I'll get probably $20 on the pool shit. I gotta do some research on this. This looks pretty old. This handwriting style, I would think this is probably 1920s or 30s, whatever this is. So literally all my money back and then some right here. And then I own all this stuff for free. Some vintage old photos. These might be like old ads. These actually could be kind of expensive, maybe upwards of $20 each. The money here is these patches. These are like $10 each. This right here, this is the kind of shit that is my bread and butter with him. I don't know what this is, but it's signed by the artist. Fucking god-awful ugly thing. He's got a lot of like ugly modern art he sells me, but it's signed by the artist, and I wouldn't doubt that price at one point was what people were willing to pay. So I got 2 of them here. And I also have an autograph. I don't know who Alan Page is. It doesn't look like he's a whole lot of fun at parties, but that's real. This shit, and then a whole bunch of Shakespeare books. We get $10 each on these, so yeah, all in all, I guess with my generosity, I gave him $55. That's the biggest deal I've ever done with him. And I'll probably get $200 to $300 out on this stuff, so don't we love the con artist? No museum treasures though. All right, I got a customer coming in here showing me something that I gotta show you guys. So he just walked in and he said, what can I do with these? These are all counterfeit. There's nothing you can do. Okay, so you guys just look at all this. These are, every single one of these, I mean, like this one's not even good, but like, okay, it's motion picture money. See that? Yeah, so there was, when I worked as a waiter in uptown Minneapolis, we got a warning because there was somebody going around passing these motion picture notes, getting a free meal. So this, I mean, you just look carefully. It's got the fake watermark, it's got the fake stripe here, but this one is a little more, you'd really have to look at it. I mean, I know what I'm doing because I can feel it's fake. This one's a pretty good fake. This one's shitty. But you see, people don't even look at $1 bills because you wouldn't think somebody would even bother taking the time. A 50, I guess you'd look at, or even a 20. Honestly, there's nothing you can do with it. Every single one of these is a crime. I guess you contact the Secret Service and you say dispose or just dispose of it yourself. You can't sell them because it's been made with counterfeit intentions. I'm showcasing it because it's important for people to see and be aware of and know, especially if you work in the service industry. This shit gets passed all the time. Look at all your money, feel it, know what money feels like. If you see it's off cut, it's probably not an error, it's probably a counterfeit. And just use your eyes too, because a lot of these, they say, like this looks like it was printed off a computer. We got some swords coming in. All right. Yeah, these are theater pieces. That's what I figured. I can tell by the material. But yeah, they're like not even sharp. They're still cool.
Yeah.
Stainless steel, made in China. Okay, how much do you want? These are all novelty items.
I have no idea what these things are even worth, to be honest. If anything.
$40.
Yeah, you do like 60?
Yeah, okay. I'll do 60. I have no idea what I'm buying.
Yeah, I don't either, to be honest. I was like, I don't think they're worth much.
Okay, $60. Honestly, I will probably more than double my money on these. These are aftermarket and shitty, and even if you filed these down, these would never be battle-ready swords. But Thier swords are not cheap. I bet retail I could get upwards of $100 on each of these. So, yeah, I will probably fourfold my money there. Boy, when I really lose my mind, I'm gonna start this with this. It's like the most eccentric business owner in St. Louis Park. Today, we be making the money, sailing the high seas of capitalism. And I already hung it up, but I got some new artwork. Isn't that cool? I've been watching that on eBay for, God, at least a month. The guy put it up for $450 auction, and it didn't sell. He relisted it, it didn't sell. He relisted it several times. And finally I messaged him, I offered him $350, he wouldn't do it. I got him down to $425 is what I ended up paying for that piece, plus shipping. I'm telling the guy it's going to a good home. It's gonna be featured in a lot of my videos. It'll be in my store, which is getting more and more famous, I guess is the word. But then the guy wanted, like, he messaged me afterward, he's like, hey, I spent more money on shipping than I thought. Can you send me an extra $20? It was like 50, it was like, what? That's not how eBay works, no. Fuck off. So I appreciate the painting, but I'm not giving you a dime more, we had a deal. Once you have a deal with someone, that's it. I just got this piece as well. This is Jose Trujillo. He's an artist I randomly discovered on eBay, and I just love his stuff. It's like kind of simplistic, but I love the colors, I love the style. I'm gonna get a couple more of his pieces. Actually, you guys wanna see something really awesome? Actually, I posted about it on Instagram, and the artist himself, Jose Trujillo, was like 85,000 followers, 84,000, responded to me, which is really cool. So you guys go follow Jose Trujillo. He's got great art, really, really, really cool stuff. It seems to be, he's mostly selling it on eBay, like eBay auctions. His paintings go for, and that was honestly, that was a steal. I only paid $40 for that. Like nobody bid, including shipping, nobody bid against me. I guess people thought this one was ugly. I sure don't. It goes with the theme of my store of like war and soldiers and, you know, the Hindenburg. Actually, I don't know if I've ever said this. I painted this one. Here, this is one of the last paintings I did because I don't really paint anymore because I don't really enjoy it anymore. I tried to get into it again during COVID and well, that was short-lived. I gave this to my mom and then I found it hanging in like a room downstairs that was never, ever, ever frequented. I just was like, I'm gonna take this back. That and Lincoln were in the same room. Okay, I need to get out of here. I have things to do this evening. Like smoke pot and run and build a Gundam model kit. And then undo it with Taco Bell, the Evan Kale diet. Booze, pot, fast food, and then you just run like 10 miles and you meet somewhere in the middle. And you look like this at age 33. This will never catch up with me. Never, ever. Never, ever. You guys might recognize this from the last video. I just sold it. I got $98 on eBay. I literally paid 2 cents, so that's just pure profit. It's got some environmental damage. I listed it at 140, but you know, like I said, I paid 2 cents for it. Who cares what I got? It's Sunday right now, and I bought a Febreze like scent thing that you plug in, and that was a fucking horrible idea. I did it yesterday, and within 2 minutes, this place stank to high heaven of Febreze, like just reeked. And I came in today, and it still stinks. I've got my doors open, trying to air it out. Really hoping this doesn't stick around tomorrow, because like it's actually making me nauseous. Anyway, I got some more stuff to show you too. My friend Mike got me this for my birthday. I am a leftist libertarian and Jesse Ventura is cool. So this was found at a local antique shop and I've been meaning to go check out this antique shop. Apparently there's some like really good finds there to be had. So that's cool, it's going in my personal collection. And then I bought these, I didn't film it yesterday, but these are old newspapers. We got 300,000 Greet JFK and Jackie on Arrival. Gunman slays Oswald Extra. Sunday, November 24th, 1963. God, this must have been such a turbulent month for the country. Holy shit. Death of accused Kennedy killer to be asked. LBJ urges unity. War ends in Europe. The Louisville Times. Hughes arrives in New York. Flew around world in 91 hours, 17 and a half minutes. Plane refueled in Minneapolis. I might keep this one. That's pretty cool. Minneapolis Star from, goddamn, 1938. Pay 40 bucks on these. I don't really want to be buying a whole lot of this stuff, but it's cool. I can make content about it. I'll get my money back. Each of these papers probably retails for 20, 30 bucks. The problem with newspapers is they're like stamps. They're brittle. It's paper. Paper doesn't last for long. It is so sensitive to condition. Any water gets on this. You know, me, I shouldn't even be touching this, actually, because my hands have oils on them that get on the paper and ruin it. You know, the problem with like all expensive paper, it disintegrates over time. You have not a depreciating asset, but an asset that is vulnerable to damage and will ultimately be nothing in 500 years. I mean, of course, you won't live that long, but still, you know what I mean. God, let's look at these prices. Oh, comics from the 1930s. I bet they won't be racist at all. There he is now. Fire away, get that rat. The police firing into the house isn't keeping Slade from shooting at me. A few more steps and I'll be behind that tree. They've got me. Oh, and that was it, I guess, and you gotta buy the paper tomorrow to see how it goes. Son, I wish you were like Bill's mother. But two mothers can't be just alike, son. Any more than two boys can be just alike. Anyway, I don't believe you really and truly wish to change me for Bill's mother. Son, I wish you were like Bill's mother. She lets him do anything he wants to, mother. All right, if you don't love your mother anymore, you can just pack up your clothes and go live at Bill's house. When is an adult not an adult? When he is so childish that he takes seriously everything that a child says. I actually like that. Oh boy, what a chance. We need men. To the right, men, we offer steady employment. We just don't take blacks or Jews. It's Disney. That's completely true. That's like actually factual.
The commentary here is that Mickey Mouse hates Jews.
This is so amazing. I'm getting a teleprompter from a follower. Oh, this is like, you guys know I have wanted this so bad, and this is gonna make such a difference in my life. I'm eternally grateful. Thank you. You're so good to me. I'm gonna have you show me how to set it up though, because I'm kind of a boomer. Once again, before we get into this, you guys, I want to thank my sponsor, the Gold Store in Sarasota, Florida. Please go check them out. Follow them on Instagram. I really want my sponsors to get their money's worth here. They seem like a great business, and I'm just so happy that they were kind enough to sponsor this episode. So with that, you guys, boy, this one's going to be a little bit of a stretch. I am trying really hard to expand the bounds of what we can do here, what we can talk about on Podman, and this topic is, like I said, a bit out there, way more out there than the Mobile Suit Gundam. And that was a stretch last year. For this episode, you guys, we are talking all about the marketplace, the buying and selling of digital avatars. I am not kidding. I'm mainly doing this for a personal story I'm going to share at the end, but I think this is fascinating, and by the time I'm done talking about this, I hope you guys agree. In the world we live in today, anything and everything has a price tag. Welcome to capitalism, especially here in America.
O'Hare Purified Air, freshness to go.
One thing that was not originally intended to resale, but has blossomed into a massive money machine, is the buying and selling of digital avatars, online gaming. Now, what's so interesting about this kind of accidentally happened. This was never intended to be the thing that it is now. With no official marketplace, questionable legality, and in most cases against terms and conditions of the company, this has become an extremely lucrative venture, and it's also riddled with scams. Largely, people will buy these accounts for rare items that they may hold, a character whose experience has been built up. It's people that don't want to do the work themselves in the game. They just want the immediate shortcut so that they can enjoy the item or avatar or what have you, whatever it is they're buying digitally. They don't want to work for it, they just want the immediate reward so they can enjoy the game in a much higher tier. See, in games such as World of Warcraft, it can take years and years to build up an avatar that allows you to have significant power in the game, allows you to just run around and most people can't beat you. But not everybody has time for that. Not everybody has patience for that. And on top of that, a lot of times these in-game experiences, whether it be an item or what have you, certain features, they cost money themselves. A lot of games, this is really popular lately. And I need to say, you guys, I actually don't play video games. I view it as a massive waste of time, but a lot of people do. It's a multi-billion dollar business. And when you have these businesses that emerge, you have these piggyback subset businesses that can grow off of it like mushrooms on a dead tree. And then within that, you can get these other subsets that grow off of that. And that's kind of what this is, because it is such questionable legality. Another reason why people may buy a certain object or item or what have you is the region that they are in, that they are playing the game in. Sometimes it's not the same. Sometimes a game in America will be different than a game in Japan. Example, Pokemon, the Japanese versions of Red and Blue versus the American versions, all the different versions of Pokemon. Great example. The biggest games involved in what I'm talking about here: World of Warcraft, RuneScape, Pokemon Go, IMVU, Neopets.com, and many, many more. These are just some of the big names in the industry here. Now, unlike most subjects that we cover here, there's not a very good, well-established history. I can't give you a timeline of when exactly this started to be a thing. From personal experience, we'll talk about the end. 2001, this was already in full fruition. When you look at the evolution of video games, 2001 compared to now, I mean, that's pretty early on in the advent of video games, at least in terms of the internet being a factor. The earliest I could really find a trace origin of this is in the late 1980s when the internet enters the picture, but really 1999 is where I would say the true rise of this comes. And that's with the website Player Auctions being founded. Really, the last 25 years is where this has ramped up to what it is now, and it does get bigger every year. Now, unfortunately, this marketplace has been exploited in the furtherance of cybercrime, especially, and this might blow your mind, this is a great opportunity for money laundering. You have something that literally doesn't, it's digital. It's not a thing. I mean, so is Bitcoin. It's so easy to generate money out of thin air with a bunch of smoke and mirrors when something is digital, when you can't physically hold it. And just like with cryptocurrency, like I said, scams are crazy. Criminals can steal accounts, they can exploit game bugs, and they'll use these exploits to generate in-game currency. And then they'll turn around and they'll sell it through buy-sell sites. When they do this, the traces of illegal income, it disappears pretty easily, especially if you're using cryptocurrency to finance this. A lot of these games, like I said, in their terms of service, they forbid this from taking place, period. If they find out that you've done this, they will shut down your account. They have no sympathy for you if you've illegally purchased one of these accounts. World of Warcraft is one of these, Neopets is another one, and they forbid sharing items, they forbid just giving away your account, you can't even do that. And they get away with this, they don't get sued about this, because very much like the currency of North Korea, it doesn't belong to the people using it. You might say, oh, but if I sit down and devote years of my life to playing to the point where I'm shitting in a bucket and not even getting up, not even leaving my room or seeing daylight for years, shouldn't that be my reward? Shouldn't that be how I chose to spend my life and I can do with it what I want? No, because you agree to terms of service when you start playing on these websites. Everything that takes place within the domain of the website or the game or what have you belongs to the parent company. You agree to terms of services before you start playing, and part of that terms of service is you don't own it. The only thing you own is how you spend your time. You are borrowing it under a limited license, essentially. And this kind of leads to a legally gray area. Can you sell something you don't own? What if you built it? Because this leads to such a legally gray area, this is where scammers take advantage. If you get fucked on something here, you're not gonna get your money back. If you buy a scam account on World of Warcraft and then you try to call Blizzard and say, hey, I got scammed, I just paid $10,000 for a premium account and the guy screwed me. They're not gonna care. You broke the terms of services. You shouldn't have done that. You was just a boy. In 2020, a Polish man was arrested. He's facing over 9,000 charges. It was for an online account selling scheme. He collected over $250,000 in profits by doing this, but he's facing 5 years in prison and a lot of fines, way more than $250,000. As far as I found here in the United States, I don't think you could get arrested just for explicitly building an avatar account and selling it. But obviously, if you're running a scam, then you got the FBI after you for fraud. One common scam people do is they'll sell an account and they'll make a backdoor somehow to get into the account after the account has been sold. Then they'll just get back into the account and lock out the person they sold it to and do that again. Or they just lie. It's like not even that good of a scam. They say they have something they don't have. It's really hard to check because you're basically taking somebody's word for it when it's a digital item you can't actually inspect yourself. Like, nobody's gonna let you into an account to make sure that you're getting what the seller's advertising is for sale. They just say, I have this account, and people fall for it, and they basically just send money to strangers and they don't get anything. They just get totally scammed. Also, if the game in question thinks that you've broken the terms of service at all, they'll just ban your account. They don't give a shit. It's kind of like TikTok. If the AI thinks that I said or did something that was considered illegal goods or services or harassment and bullying or any of the other crazy bullshit that I get in trouble for all the time that I don't actually do, there's nothing I could do. They just act on it and they do it. And then it's my burden of proof to get my account unbanned. Thank God. Knock on wood, it's happened twice, but come to think of it, even TikTok is a great example of this. There's people that sell their TikTok account, their handles. Now, not all these games don't allow this. Some are actually quite friendly to it. Entropia is one of these games, and it just so happens that the items in their game happen to be some of the most expensive digital items that you can buy in terms of buying game items. However, if you leave their trading market, you can easily be met with a ban upon your return, and it just all goes to shit. What I'm trying to drive home here, you guys, it is so goddamn easy to lose money. If you're gonna do this, I can't recommend enough not to do this. Just if you wanna play the game, if you like the game, then play the fucking game. Don't try and take a shortcut. Now, how much are we talking here with some of these items? Let's talk figures. This was pretty interesting to me when I got this from my researcher. There's World of Warcraft accounts that sell for upwards of $10,000. As far as I could find, the most expensive World of Warcraft account, it went for $9,500, and the person who bought it immediately got banned. So they just lit all that money on fire. There was a League of Legends account that was listed for $15,000 I found. But the big money, as far as I could find, it's actually not from avatar accounts themselves, it's from game items. There's a blue party hat in RuneScape. It was from a special event from 2001. Those go for about $7,500. A mace from Diablo 3 recently sold for $14,000. And the gun skin in Counter-Strike Geo, $100K. I'm not kidding. It's a rumored price, but that's what I found. Like $100,000 for a fucking digital item. Now, get this. This is really crazy. Entropia holds the top 3 spots for the most expensive game items ever sold. Well, it's not an item. It's a place, a metaverse kind of deal. And this, again, now I'm starting to date myself. And it's very obvious that I'm 33 years old and I don't play video games. There's this thing called the Crystal Palace. As far as I understand, it's like a digital Crystal Palace. Went for $330,000. Club Neverti, it's a digital nightclub, sold for $635,000. And there's an entire virtual planet, it's known as Planet Calypso, that went for $6 million. And honestly, it pisses me off just a little bit reading that as somebody who's working so hard and money's important to me and I'm trying to gather. It's really hard for me to be making more money. It's all going back into my fucking business when I'm working 7 days a week. Who the fuck has enough disposable income to be buying this shit for that much money? God, I hate rich people. Reading this makes me fucking want to wheel a guillotine out. All right, so we're gonna conclude this. I'm gonna share a little story with you guys, and the story is why I believe in karma. So growing up in Edina, Minnesota, I didn't have a whole lot of friends. In fact, I had very, very, very few. I was the weird kid in school, and I was the weird kid on the block. That should come as no surprise. Basically, for the first half of my childhood, right up until I was 12, I more or less only had 2 friends. They lived down the street from me. They were brothers, and it was always a package deal. There was one that was, I think he was a year older than me, and then there was another one that was 2 years younger than me. He was a little fucking brat. So I was always at their house. One day, I'm over at their house. They're down the street from me, like I said, and I'm hanging out with the older brother. We were playing Warhammer 40,000 is what we did, and the younger one's on the computer, and he's just immersed in what he's doing. And finally, I walked over and I asked him what he was doing, and he said, "Oh, it's this thing called Neopets.com." I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of stupid." Just glancing at it. He goes, "Yeah, but if you get enough items, you can resell them on eBay and make a lot of money." I'm like, "How much money?" And he's like, "Oh, there's accounts that go for $10,000. Whoa, $10,000 for this bullshit? Now I'm interested. So this was at the very start of the summer, and we decided that the 3 of us were gonna work on this all summer, build up the biggest account and sell it. But we in playing the game, we played honestly and fairly for hours and hours and hours and hours for maybe about 2 days. And we didn't get very far because these things take a lot of time. And we were like, well, there's gotta be a better way. I have an idea. This was my idea. How do I even put this into words? I cooked up a scam. The scam was I would go on the trading post, because you can trade items in the game. And there's a trading post. I would go in the trading post and I would say, I have X rare item, usually they were paintbrushes, and I want to trade for Y item of equal value. Message me. Don't use the trading post messaging, just directly message me outside of the trading post. And so I would tell people that the trading post was down, I was having a glitch, and they had to send me the item first, and I would send it back to them. This was a very classic, stupid scam that worked pretty well. But the problem was, if Neopets detected you doing this, and they monitor the language very much like eBay monitors the language. Like, for example, if you guys want to buy stuff from me, do not message me on eBay. Can I buy stuff from you? I will not respond to it, because the eBay will pick up that I'm trying to broker a sale outside of eBay and fuck my account over. There's certain things you couldn't do, and they would freeze your account. We got a lot of shit pretty quick, but we kept getting our account frozen, and if the account is frozen with a bunch of shit in it, then you just lose everything. So I cooked up this whole fucking crazy, a yay long thing, and it said, I am a hacker and a bounty hunter, and I work for Neopets as an independent contractor, and I'm going around catching hackers and like making your account hacker proof, because there's some hackers from China that are stealing accounts. And basically I would just trick people into giving me their passwords, because I'd say, you know, I need to get into your account, but I work for Neopets. It's fine. So we spent the whole fucking summer working on this. And when I say I was living on my computer, that's not an exaggeration. The summer of 2001, I was on my computer 12 plus hours a day. I would wake up in the morning, go down, scam, all fucking day. I mean, it was like the South Park episode where we're shitting in buckets because we don't even want to get up.
Mom, bathroom!
What, hon?
Bathroom!
It was similar to that. I was so addicted to this. So at the end of the summer, after stealing and getting all, and what we would do also is once we would steal somebody's account, we would use that account as a dummy to start scamming other people, because these accounts kept getting frozen. So I just had like a Rolodex of like dummy accounts. We'd break in, we'd empty all the items out, we'd send it to another account. We'd go into that account, we'd send it to another account, we'd go into that account, we would like send items like 5 or 6 times over, and it was all circling back into one main account. Now this went on, like I said, for the whole summer. I cannot imagine how much work I put into this. And at the end of the summer, we had an account that we could sell on eBay for $10,000. We were gonna split it 3 ways. And right before we were going to sell the account, somebody broke into our account and changed the password. Now to this day, I don't know if it was one of the 2 of the brothers. And this, by the way, this dissolved our friendship. They accused me of doing it, and I didn't do it. And I was so, and still am, angered and just hurt, and like, you guys really think I would do this? We've had such a great time doing this summer. I mean, we did something kind of shitty. Like, our parents didn't like that we were doing this at all. But, you know, it's like, you guys, like, we worked together on this. I didn't fucking steal it. And so I was so angry they accused me of stealing, I ended my friendship with them. And then maybe 3 days after I stormed out of their house, I was like, you know, our friendship is done. Maybe 3 days after that, I sat down next to what would become my main group of friends, my group that I'm still friends with to this day, my best friends. And that was how I met them. So I'm really glad that this happened, because I probably would never have met my best friends had I never have gotten in this crazy fight. But to this day, I don't know what happened. If somebody actually legitimately did get into our account, if they changed the password and, you know, accused me of doing it for whatever reason, if one of the parents, because their parents did not like me, went in and changed it and then accused me of doing it to fuck up our friendship, I don't know what happened, but boy, that's fucking karma, I'll tell you that much. But with that, you guys, that is the buying and selling the marketplace of digital avatars. And I'm just gonna say, look, if you don't want to play the game, then don't play the game. The game exists for you to play so that you can earn up and get to whatever it is you're trying to buy. Don't take a shortcut, it's cheating. If you're gonna cheat, then don't play the game. Simple as that. And that's the magic of digital avatars and reselling. If you're gonna crap in a bucket. That's all I got. Alright guys, just like that, it is the end of the day and the end of the episode. I sincerely want to thank my sponsor, The Gold Store, Coin and Jewelry in Sarasota, Florida. You guys give them a follow. If you live in Sarasota in the area, go check them out. They're a great place to buy and sell jewelry from. If you guys like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up, hit that notification button so you guys know when new episodes of Pawn Man are coming out. Please become a Pawn Man Patreon. It's certainly not required, but every dollar really helps a lot. Get my books on Amazon. Follow me on social media at Evan Kale, at Pawn Man, and I'll see you guys back here for another episode of Pawn Man. Later, guys.